I've lost a half hour of my schedule, taking care of odds and ends. Taking out my laundry and dry cleaning, arguing with my landlord about the plumbing, trying to arrange for a halfway decent, halfway reliable housekeeper, and arranging for a catered dinner for two. Shall I go on?
If you like. Or we could get to these telephone messages.
Mrs. Hall, I can't spend my life like this. I can't spend half of my time taking care of these personal household details.
What do you expect me to do about it?
I was hoping you'd come to your senses. I have never had so unreasonable a secretary who would force me to neglect my work like this.
Becky, do you think we need some more wood for the stove?
No, we don't need any.
How about something from the store, huh?
Nope. Even if I did, those state troopers wouldn't let you go outside the door.
Maybe they wouldn't, but not all the way to the crossroads. There's no harm in going for a walk. Becky, I gotta get out of here. I don't know about you, but this place is beginning to close in on me. Hey, officer! Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? Police! Look out! Someone off the bench! Police! Police officer!
They're not going to let you go 10 feet out the door, let alone go traipsing off into the woods.
Hi there, Mr. Abbott. Anything you need?
Hey, where's Sergeant Hackett?
Oh, setting up a roadblock down in the main road. They pulled the state troopers out. Decided to let us local people look around the area, you know. Oh, we know the terrain better anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot to introduce myself. Virgil Birmingham, Deputy Sheriff, Adams County.
I'm Richard Abbott.
Hello.
This is Becky.
Oh, I know who you folks are. Well, you got to be very famous around here, you know. Man, that smells good.
Corn muffins in the oven.
Hey, you got yourself a talented girl there. Anybody that can cook corn muffins on an old wood stove?
Yeah, how do you like that? Listen, Mr. Birmingham.
Virgil?
Virgil. Richard. I was wondering if it was all right if Becky and I went for a walk.
Getting a little cabin fever, are you?
We sure are.
Yeah, I don't see any harm in going for a walk. I mean, if Luke comes up, he's not going to hike up through the woods, and if he drives up, well, you spot him, right?
Expect you're right. Except, matter of fact, had a fella come up here last summer, broke his leg up. Why, a forest trooper had to get a helicopter to get him out.
Yeah, Luke doesn't have a helicopter.
Hey, we're in big trouble if he does, aren't we?
Yeah, big trouble. How about it, Virgil?
Okay. But you gotta promise me one thing.
What?
You gotta leave a hot pot of coffee on the stove and some of those corn muffins.
You got it.
Oh, police net's calling me. Excuse me, folks.
I'll let you know when they're ready. He's cute.
Hey, we're lucky. I don't think those state troopers would have let us go by this front door.
I feel better already, Richard.
Yeah, we'll go play in the woods.
No, I'm not irritated with you, Bill. Something here in my office. 2 o'clock? Fine. I'm writing it down now. If you want to do anything in this office, you've got to do it yourself, it seems. No, not you. Okay, just fine. I'll be there, 2 o'clock. All right, Bill. Goodbye. What's so funny?
Nothing. I just couldn't help listening to your conversation on the phone.
Wasn't aware that I said anything funny.
You didn't. It was your manner.
What about my manner?
Well, if you'll forgive me for saying so, you acted for all the world like a little boy stamping his foot because the universe is not arranged to his liking.
Oh, is that so? Well, let me tell you one thing, Mrs. Hall. My little universe is in one tremendous chaos right now, and it isn't funny. If I can't get all this stuff straightened out, I'll...
I couldn't agree with you more.
You mean you will help me then?
No, but I could go to the personnel office and request a transfer. That way you'd be able to hire somebody who is willing to help you sort out your personal life as well as your professional life. Should I do that?
All right, Carla, you win.
It isn't a question of win or lose. We have an untenable situation here. In more ways than one. And I do think we should think about the possibility of a transfer.
I hear you. And I'm saying to you that I accept the status quo and your terms for my surrender. And I will write out and sign a statement to that effect if you wish.
Why do you always see things in terms of a confrontation? I mean, the words that you use, win, lose, surrender.
Because I think like that. Life is a battle, especially for us. Haven't you noticed? I would like very much to carry on a little philosophical discussion, but I have a consult with Dr. Reynolds this morning, if you'll remember. I hope you'll be here when I get back.
Hello, headquarters. This is Wolek. I have a police emergency. I'm at 140 Regent Street. I have a wounded police officer, possibly a wounded suspect. I need an ambulance. Fast! Let's get him here fast! I want you to be on the lookout for Luke Jackson. He's armed and he's dangerous. Get the ambulance here!
About what?
Having a baby.
Oh. Well, Wanda, as far as I know, you're in excellent health. There's no reason why you couldn't.
But I can't. I mean, I haven't.
You've been trying to get pregnant and haven't been able to.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, how long have you two been married now?
5 years. It's a long time.
Well, no, not necessarily. But if you and Vince want to pursue this...
Oh, Vinnie, I haven't talked to Vinnie about this. You know, Vinnie is very shy about certain things.
Well, I understand.
And he's proud, too. I think that's one of the reasons he won't talk about it. I think he's afraid maybe it's his fault.
Well, of course, that's possible, you know.
I hope not. Well, anyway, what should I do?
Well, now, there are fertility tests, which your gynecologist can do. Who is your gynecologist?
one.
What?
No, but whenever anybody was sick, we just called you or Larry.
You mean to tell me that you've been going along without ever having regular gynecological examinations?
Yeah, why should I?
Every woman under 40 should have at least one of those a year. That way nothing can really get ahead on you, and it's great for your peace of mind, if nothing else. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to refer you to Dr. Morris. Now, he's in our GYN-OB staff here. He's a very good man, and I want you to call him and set up an appointment.
I will.
Right away, Wanda.
Jim, you're scary.
Well, no, I don't mean to do that, but I don't want you to delay. I will call Dr. Morris and tell him you'll be calling and ask him to fit you in at the earliest possible convenience, and then I'm going to call you and check to make sure that you've made the appointment.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. That's taken care of. Hey, isn't that a wonderful thing about Ed Hall's promotion?
Oh, yes. Isn't that great? Oh, I can hardly wait till Vinnie climbs up the ladder in the police department.
Yeah.
You know how it feels to have your husband go off to work every morning carrying a gun. It's no fun for the wives, Jim. No fun at all.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Lord. Table for two.
Oh, well, I believe Mr. Reilly made a reservation for us.
He did indeed, right there.
Oh, thank you. So the newlyweds are due home today? Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm rather surprised that they stayed away as long as they have. Oh, come on, Dorian. Oh, all right. Let's just wait and see, and then we'll all see. And you'll be able to say, I told you so. That'll be so much fun for you, Dorian. But it's not going to change your situation, is it? What do you mean? You still won't have Peter Jansen, and you'll still be alone. I have been alone for a long time, Edwina. I'll survive. Well, here's our managing editor. Hello, Joe.
Sorry I'm late. Did you order?
No, we're waiting for you.
Thank you. Let's get on with it, Joe.
We did a phone call for you. They say it's urgent.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Who was that masked man? Do you think we'll ever know what this is all about? I have a feeling that Joe plans these phone calls just so that he doesn't have to have lunches like this. Oh, well, you know, sometimes I don't blame him. I have a lot of work to do, too.
Afraid we're going to have to do this again sometime. That was police headquarters.
Is it a crisis?
And Hall has been shot. They're taking him to the hospital.
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
It's good to see you, Mrs. Gray. And when are you going to get Ed and Carla to take you to dinner at Tony's place?
As soon as I can find an excuse.
What better excuse than Ed's promotion?
Oh, you know, you're right. I think I'm going to start dropping a little hint. Oh, it's nice seeing you folks.
Take care of yourself. See you, Ed. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So
Oh, you know, sweetheart, that is not enough. Not enough to even fill up a little bird.
I'm not really hungry.
Well, you've got to eat something if you want to keep your energy up, you know.
Or what? Or I will come down with some dread disease. Mama, please spare me a few days of gloom and doom. I have enough on my mind, okay?
Okay, all right, but, will it do any good to talk about it?
No?
Well, now, let me see. Now, you said you had something on your mind, right? And you spent all day downstairs in the office with Dr. Scott. So if you have something on your mind, it's got to be about Dr. Scott. Am I right?
Honey, I said I didn't want to talk about it. Okay? In the first place, it wouldn't do any good. And in the second place, there's no point in burdening you with a lot of problems that it is strictly up to me to solve.
Oh. Listen, I don't think we're going to have a chance to anyway, because I think that problem just walked in the door, and he is headed this way.
I shouldn't be the one to tell her, but there's no choice. No one else. Good morning, Mrs. Gray. Excuse me, Carla. I haven't got all the details yet. But I just got a call from emergency. It's Ed. He's been shot.
Shot? My God!
They're bringing him here now. They're bringing him here now.
Wait up, will you? Hey, Becky, they give me an urgent cell. See, I tell you. You don't listen.
See?
Isn't it better? Being stuck in that cabin all day?
What?
The sounds of nature. I'm a city boy. I hear these things. You're a country girl. You don't even notice them anymore.
Well, that's so. I bet I noticed more than you do, smarty. You catch me with a picture.
Hey, watch out.
Yeah. Okay. Close your eyes. What do you hear?
Bird.
Birds. Is that all you can say?
What do you want me to say?
Anything else?
No. Just peace. Quiet. You feel safe here, don't you?
As long as you're here, I do.
Yeah, who's gonna find us here, huh?
Okay. I feel safe as a bug in a rug. Hey, let's go exploring some more. Unless you're too tired, city boy.
Tired, me? I've got energy I haven't even used yet.
Then let's go.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you about those birds we've been hearing. And you can take notes if you want to, Mr. Princeton Man. Hear those real raucous-sounding ones way off in the distance? Those are crows. And they're probably sitting on the edge of the cornfield, trying to get up their nerve to swoop in and eat some new corn.
Sure.
You hear that, little guy? He's real close. That's a chewink.
A what?
A chewink. Listen to him. Sounds just like his name.
Oh, my God. Oh, what do you know about that?
Somewhere over in the bush, Richard, is a couple of doves. They're on the ground like they usually are. Hear them talking to each other?
I didn't know there were a couple.
Because they always travel in pairs.
Male and female?
Mm-hmm. Do you know they stay together their whole life?
Like us.
Yeah. Except they only had one mate their whole life.
Like us.
Like you.
No, Becky. Luke wasn't your mate.
You really feel that way, Richard?
Sure. Love has nothing to do with possession. Or living under the same roof with somebody. Doesn't mean anything.
Thank you, Richard.
For what?
For understanding how I feel without me having to tell you.
Well, you understand how I feel, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's love.
Yeah, I guess it is. Here we are, we're just all alone out here, together, just you and me.
Except for the crows, the chewinks, and the doves.
Yeah, but they understand.
They understand, huh?
Well, you know what, Richard? The first time in my whole life that I feel like I'll never have to be alone or afraid again. I don't understand why they won't let me see him.
Carla is being examined at this very moment. The important thing is to get a complete examination and diagnosis as quickly as possible.
Oh, yes, and you know the rules, honey.
All right, if I can't see you, you tell me. How bad is it?
It's serious, honey.
How serious? My God, he's not going to die, is he?
The bullet entered the right side of his chest, so we can expect some damage to one or more lobes of the right lung. That explains the heavy bleeding and why he went into shock so quickly.
Where's the exit wound?
There isn't any. You don't have to turn him over, Doctor. I've already checked.
Doctor, do we even know where the bullet is?
Yeah, we can make some guesses, but until we see a wet plate,
Then it must have been slowed down by something.
probably a rib.
Which means we've got to deal with bone splinters, too.
And it's all in the coronary area. As soon as we see a wet plate, we're going to have to go in there.
Doctor, can he survive surgery in his present condition?
I don't know. Do we have a choice?
Wait a minute. This is a ritual. A ceremony.
Peter, I'm too heavy. Put me down. Oh, what are you doing? Nonsense.
Oh, I guess about the time I feel exhausted. What's this about now? Welcome to your new home, Mrs. Johnson.
You too. Oh, look. From the pediatric staff, congratulations and best wishes. Oh, how nice. They must really care about you.
A great bunch of people.
I guess Karen must have brought them in, and she brought in the mail, too. Oh, look, here's one from Kathy. Dr. and Mrs. Peter Jansen. You know, I think I could get very used to that. Congratulations, you two. Hope this finds you well and rested and happily returned from your honeymoon, etc., etc. And the news from Tinseltown is that the studio has signed me to do a screenplay based on my novel, which means that I'll be here at least 6 months. So please feel free to make yourself thoroughly at home. Redecorate the place any way you'd like. Love, Kathy.
It's really wonderful. And it's great about the screenplay, too. It's very generous of her.
I don't know where to start. I mean, it certainly isn't land fair, is it?
Thank God, I wouldn't live in that mausoleum if you paid me.
Of course not. Neither would I. This is a perfect place for us to begin our life together.
That's...
And you are the perfect man.
Well, that's very fortunate, Mrs. Jansen, because I happen to be the only man and husband that you have at the moment.
And will ever be.
I just had a terrible thought.
What?
The bags are still on the front porch. Excuse me.
Why did he have to go after Luke Jackson himself? Why couldn't he have said somebody else?
Oh, Ed has always done things like that, sweetheart. You know that.
Except that after his promotion, he wasn't supposed to have to do things like that anymore. When I was in his office the other day, I saw him strap on that shoulder holster with the gun. I remember thinking to myself at the time, every time he does that, it may be the last time. Every time he goes out of that door, he may never come back. Jim, it's been a half an hour. They must know something. But
All right, yeah. I'll go check.
Oh, Vinnie. How is he? Look, I've been waiting downstairs all this time, and they won't even tell me a thing.
I'm just on my way down there. Why don't you stay here with Carla? I'll get word back to you as soon as possible.
thanks, Jim.
All right.
Honey, it's going to be all right.
Yeah, I know. Look, Carla, he's tough, you know? I mean...
What did he taught you? Did he talk to you when he was coming over the ambulance? Did he?
No. He didn't say a word. We told him not to talk because we told him, he should save his strength. That's a 20-minute trip, you know?
And all that time during those 20 minutes I was in the cafeteria talking to Mama about something.
Sweetheart, it's going to be all right.
Yeah, we're just telling Vinnie that.
Look, I should have been in the house, you see? He should have been comforting me. It says in the manual that the superior officer stays outside so he can be in charge.
Vinnie, you know Ed would never send anybody in where he wouldn't go himself. And you know that.
Well, then we both should have gone.
Oh, swell. And then who would have called the ambulance and who would have taken care of Ed? It'll be ridiculous.
1 week.
And his promotion to captain would have come to her. 1 week and he would have been cleared.
Look, Carla, I don't think he would have gone for that desk job. I really don't think so. I don't think he would have liked it.
Hello. He's alive. He's in extremely serious condition. The bullet caused severe lung damage, Colonel.
Are you going to have to operate? When?
As soon as possible. You have to.
Please. The more I know, the less I'll worry.
The bullet was fired from a handgun, you believe?
Yes, it was an automatic.
Into his chest, about here, causing a massive hemothorax in his right lung cavity, which we're trying to stabilize with blood plasma, since Ed has a rare blood type. His blood type may not become available for another hour or more. Detective Wolek's fellow officers have responded quickly to the call for his type of blood. The bullet is lodged directly behind the heart, in a wall known as the mediastinum.
But the heart is all right.
So far as we can tell.
Doctor, will you be doing the operating?
College permission.
Yes, of course.
Dr. Carmichael will be assisting me.
May I see it?
I'll try to arrange it. You know I'll do everything I can, Carla. You know I will.
I try praying that Scott and Carmichael can perform some kind of miracle this afternoon? Is that bad? He's very weak. They've got to go in there and repair that damage, or he's just going to keep bleeding, and his life will just keep draining away. Why don't you let me get your cup of coffee? No, thanks, Jim. I want to tell you something the banner's going to do. We're going to put a bright, hot light on that Luke Jackson. If it means turning it, every blade of grass between here and the Canadian border will get him. I hope you do get him before he does any more damage. What about that guy which is in Howard, his accountants? Messy abdominal wound. He'll survive. All right if I talk to him? I don't think the police will let you. What if I get by them? Sure, go ahead, be my guest. I don't think we'll get anything out of him. Don't you bet on it. When's Jack Scott coming down here? Joe, I don't know. Now, you can't keep popping in here every 5 minutes. You've got a patient to worry about. I'm sorry. Just relax. Just relax. It's funny. I've been thinking a lot about Ed, you know. And I was remembering when he started coming by the office to pick Carla up after work. Well, after he'd been there a couple of times. I remember I thought Ed's the kind of guy she should have. Intelligent, sensitive, steady, unflappable. The reason I felt that way was because Carla tends to get a little excitable, tends to react emotionally. Have to admit it's worthwhile. Let's hope it goes on working for me.
Come on, honey. I want you to make a little bit of... Yes, sweetheart, please.
Sorry, ma'am. Just thought it was about time you folks ought to be getting back to the cabin. Where's Mr. Abbott?
He's up by the lake. Somebody asked him, a man asked him to go fishing with him. And I said I wanted to take a nap, so I said to go ahead and enjoy himself.
He didn't go any place down near the main roads, did he?
Oh, no, he knows better than that. He just wanted to get me some trout. I said if he did, that I'd clean him and fry him for dinner.
Won't catch those little buggers with worms.
I know.
Need a fly or a skimmer.
Well, he's a city boy. What am I going to do with him?
Good question. Think maybe I ought to go down and give Richard the word?
Well, he's sort of stubborn. Maybe I ought to go down and tell him.
No, I think I'd feel safer if you were in the cabin. You don't mind, do you?
Well, that's all right. Richard told me that we should do everything that you tell us.
Good. I'll give Richard a few minutes, then I'll go down and get him.
Okay, thanks.
Is ready to die for the man she loves.
You kill me. Go on. You go ahead. You kill me. Go on, do it. But then you stop it.
And on General Hospital, Rick finally realizes the truth about Laura.
She did it for David because she was his lover.
No.
Laura. Kill David. One Life to Live, General Hospital, every weekday on ABC.